Hello, everybody. It is tournament time, and welcome to the Coach Jimmy Garrity Show. I'm Jim Noble, and after the most successful regular season in Wofford women's basketball history, what do you do for an encore? You go to Asheville. How you doing?
We're doing well. We're excited to make the trip to Asheville. It's a great city. Get great crowd support there. It's not too far away, so we should have some fans up there, and I think our players are really excited too.
Before we jump all the way into the SoCon tournament, let's take a second here. 11-3 conference record, best record in most school wins in school history in terms of the SoCon play. When this season began, Jimmy, did you think this type of regular season was a possibility?
Well, you always hope for that, and you look at what other teams have coming back, and I thought, man, if we could finish in the top half, that's going to be a really good year, solid year. I knew we had a veteran group coming back, and if they came together and gelled at the right time, some really good things can happen. And that's kind of what happened, after December got here and once conference season started rolling on, the players, they just really bonded together really well, and, that continued throughout the season. So I'm not all that surprised, but really happy because it could, the conference is really good. It could go either way, but we were luckily on the winning end of a lot of those.
Well, when we come back, we'll see what the number 2 seeded Wofford Terriers have in store with them. We will look back at a couple of road games and another history-making win. It's all ahead here on the Coach Jimmy Garrity Show, brought to you by RJ Rockers.
The madness begins here. Make sure you're at the Harris Cherokee Center in Asheville, North Carolina, March 3rd through 7th for the Ingles 2022 SoCon Basketball Championships. You don't want to miss the action as your favorite SoCon teams compete for a championship and a berth in the NCAA tournament. Book your travel and tickets by logging on to SoConHoops.com or by contacting the Harris Cherokee Center Asheville box office. The madness begins in Asheville. Get your tickets today.
Welcome back, everybody. So the schedule makers put you on the road for the last 2 games. A good thing. Maybe you bond a little bit more. You guys, I think you got plenty of bonding under your belts. It's been a long season.
Yeah.
But you start off at ETSU, a team you handled fairly well here at Jerry Richardson Indoor Stadium. But when you went to Johnson City, you knew that was a team capable of springing a little bit of an upset, and they did.
For sure. And, they have really talented players that are well coached. They spread you out. They got really good drivers that can get paint touches. They got big post players that can go inside and outside. So, we knew it was going to be a challenge for us, and we're in the midst of 5 games in 10 days, so we're playing every other day, and our legs were a little bit tired too. But they played really well, man. They made shots, and they made 11 threes, which really helped them. At the end of the day, they made more plays than we did.
And when you have to play catch-up the whole game, I think that drains a little bit. Is there anything positive about a loss fairly close to tournament time in terms of, I don't know, maybe refocusing people, maybe people understanding how hard the league truly is?
Yeah, well, I hope that's the case. We'll find out in a couple of days. But yeah, it showed some things that we got to work on, when we play them again. So, turnaround time is 1 week. And so we're just a few days away from that. So we'll make some adjustments. I know they'll make adjustments too. And hopefully we can play a little bit better defense and maybe score the ball a little bit better. Thought we took too many threes. I think we took 36 threes, and that's really not our DNA. And they, I'll give ETSU credit for that, for baiting us into shooting those.
Yep. And then, of course, you go right back on the bus. You head down to Chattanooga. Hey, you had talked about this last time we met. Never won in Chattanooga. 0-25. And boy, whatever you did before that one, it worked out, because it was a really, really great win. Some of the individual performances at Chattanooga, 84-75 win. Lily Hatton had 25. you hit 13 threes, so
Yeah.
that wasn't such a bad thing,
Well-
but still such a huge win for your program.
Well, when you can score it, it makes everything a little bit easier. And Lily just played great. Her teammates got her to the ball too, and she's hopefully going to continue that stretch for the next week or so. But yeah, it's 25 years. That's a long time. That's a lot of years in there. So again, you and I have talked about this. I never ever felt the pressure to win there. I don't think our players did either, because we have played well there. We just have come up short. Just happy for our players that we can check that box off, and I'm really happy that it was with this team too. It's just something special about these guys.
We're going to look back at this team in about 10 or 15 years and remember, they're the team that did the first this. They're the team that did the first that.
Yeah.
They're really racking up a lot of honors, which is really cool. And one other note, we've talked a lot about balance and scoring this year. The thing that I noticed a lot on Saturday was you're also getting balance in rebounding and
Yeah.
assists. Your guards are coming back and rebounding a lot better.
Yeah.
I think Reagan Rayford had 5 against
Yeah.
ETSU and 5 assists,
Yeah.
distributing the ball. I know coaches are big on assists that lead to made baskets, but a lot more balance in the non-scoring categories too.
So rebounding was one of those, and our guards have been rebounding fairly well this year. I think Naya had a double-double at Chat, so she scored the ball well, but also went in and rebound. And defensively, every good defensive stop ends in a defensive rebound. So we need to send all 5 to the glass on defense, and if we can continue that for the tournament, we're going to have to rebound the ball well on Thursday against ETSU, and hopefully we come out on the right end.
That's right. It's a clean slate as we head to Asheville. We will preview the Southern Conference Tournament next.
Wofford takes down Carolina, and the Furman Paladins have defeated
The underdog. The long shot. The nobody from nowhere, never gonna happen in your dreams, kid. 100 to 1 shot. We know something about that. We're with you every step of the way.
And welcome back to the Coach Jimmy Garrity Show. I'm Jim Noble. So, Southern Conference Tournament begins Thursday in Asheville. It'll be an afternoon matchup. Number 2 Wofford against number 7 ETSU. You touched upon it earlier. The pros and cons of playing a team first round that you just played a week before.
Yeah, well, the pros are you really remember it, right? The players, the coaches always remember it, but the players do too. Just 2 games away, 1 game in between. So, we'll make some adjustments. They'll make some adjustments. But at the end of the day, we're probably both teams might put in a wrinkle or 2. But for the most part, we know what they're going to do, and they know what we're going to do. So the team that plays really solid defense, takes care of the ball, and rebounds it will probably come out on top.
How about tournament atmosphere and taking a team
Yeah.
that went all the way to the championship game last year, you guys did, a senior-led team.
Yeah.
Is there an acclimatization process when you get to the arena there that maybe will be easier with a bunch that's done it before?
Yeah, they've done it for a few years now, the majority of them, and the tournament time is special. I mean, it is really special. We broke the season down into 3 different seasons. Our non-conference schedule, and then our conference schedule was the second season, and now all those are done, and now we're into the postseason tournament play. So that'll be the third, and hopefully we get re-energized. But going up there and participating in that, the walkthrough and the shoot-arounds that you get to do there, it's just really cool to be a part of all that, and knowing the history of, the Southern Conference makes that even better. So we'll be really, really excited.
How hungry is this team after getting a taste of it last year?
I think that helps. Every team is different, but to make that step, you know what to expect now a little bit. It's not a surprise. So you can always look back and think of the things that helped you or you struggled with and make some adjustments with that.
As you look at the tournament bracket as a whole, Jimmy, are there the Mercer's the number 1 seed? They did beat you twice. They're probably the favorite going in. Why not? Are there sleeper teams in there? Or is the entire conference a sleeper right now?
You know what? There's, when you have the one and done, you lose and you go home. That just adds, a little bit different element. So any team can beat you. It doesn't matter 1 through 8. And so you're going to get everybody's best shot. And hopefully we play our best good basketball as well.
Final question. How important is it? You're going to have family support and friends of the players. How important is it to have Terrier fans in there? You're going to have a nice send-off from the Terrier Club coming up later in this week before you guys go up there. Do the players feed off that? Do they kind of gloss it over? Are they too focused on everything? But does that stuff really make a difference?
I mean, it always helps. If we can have more fans in the other team, just as a player and as a coach, it gets you motivated a little bit more. So it'll definitely help, and hopefully we have some really good support up there. And it's a little bit later in the afternoon, so maybe we can take, go to work for half a day, and then take your kids out of school and come on up there and support us. So it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be worth it for sure.
And it all begins on Thursday in Asheville with Wofford and ETSU. The women, hopefully it goes to plan, and we play Thursday, Friday. You get an off day on Saturday and play for a championship on Sunday. And a reminder, all the women's games will be broadcast, myself and Tom Henson, on the Wofford Digital Radio Network. So if you can't make it to Asheville, we really hope you do. Make sure you listen there. Congratulations on a great regular season. I hope we're not done. I hope we're talking about a lot more things after Sunday. But we appreciate everything you've done, everything your players have done, and it's been a blast and an honor to host the show this year.
It has. I appreciate it, Jim.
All right. For head coach Jimmy Garrity, I'm Jim Noble. We will see you next time, whenever that is, on the Coach Jimmy Garrity Show.